All right, we are officially recording now. It is Thursday, the 11th of June, and we are joined for Morning Roast today with one of our favorite science teachers. I mean, I don't like science generally. I'm anti-science, to be
You
clear.
are science. That's such a dumb thing to say.
Mr. Okroy, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello, humanities and the arts. How are you? I will keep my opinions to myself. No, I'm kidding.
We're totally kidding.
Please don't for this show.
I usually talk up a bad game about humanities when I'm trying to during the scheduling time when I'm like, if you guys aren't going to be lawyers, you don't need to go into like AP modern world history. So I'm kidding.
Excuse me?
Okroy. Now
the
truth comes out.
Just trying to get just trying to put things in perspective. That's all.
I feel like as the theater person, I know I'm also humanities, but as the theater teacher, and I started with check-ins, it just bounces between what's stressing out students. It's like some weeks it's AP World, sometimes it's AP Chemistry, and then sometimes it's Spanish, and I feel like
every week it's Spanish. Every week it's Spanish.
It is every week Spanish.
Spanish is muy mal.
And then they ask if I can help them, if I can help them in Spanish or math, and I'm like, definitely not in math, but also I never took Spanish. I took French, and one kid will pipe up, "Can you help me in French?" Literally no, because I took it for 2 years. I don't remember anything. I wish I did. I love French, but
I can help them in French or Spanish, either one.
You're just gonna make it up. You're just gonna make it up.
I can help people read a map and a menu, and that's about it in Spanish. And I'm quite.
Okay.
Bathroom probably is important on that one.
That's
so
yeah.
Probably.
All right, so let's start today with our mugs. Our guest, we'll let you go first. Please tell us about your mug and perhaps what you're drinking out of it.
If some of your audience is not aware, I am T-minus 4 weeks away from giving birth to baby Okroy. So in my mug, I'm having the water right now because I've already had my cup of coffee and I got to limit my caffeine. But my mug for today, I'll see if you guys can see it. It's from a tea house in Banff. It's the Plain of Six Glaciers Tea House. If you've ever been to Banff, in the Lake Louise area, there is a hike that you can take, and you go up, through the mountains and all that stuff. And they have a tea house there where you can order like sandwiches, like tea, coffee, snacks. They have a house dog. That's, obviously most important for me. And so it's really special because it's obviously a place that you have to hike to in order to get the swag and in order to get the lunch. So, I'm hoping that these aren't just sold in a gift shop because
that would
what you're saying is you stole it? Did you steal it from the tea house?
I purchased it.
Okay.
So I was like, let's be honest. I was like, when am I ever going to be back here? And I want to commemorate this.
It's a beautiful mug. It's a beautiful red color.
Yeah. You get your choice of colors. So, it's very special. And as I told our hosts earlier to all the viewers today, this is hand wash only. So I don't bust this out for any just random day.
You're playing for keeps.
We are honored. We're honored.
Playing for keeps. I like it. All right, well, what do you got? You want me to go or you want to go?
You go first because I wanna go last.
Oh, this is perfect. I think I saw your mug. My mug says "Best Mom Ever."
You said it was gonna be controversial, and I was like, "What does that mean for Menenberg to say something's controversial?"
I just feel like it was appropriate for all of the reasons that are implicit in this particular interview here, and it is not, in fact, my mug, but I like to use it.
Do you have anything in it right now? Is this a sham mug?
It's hard to say in these uncertain times what is in or not in a mug.
I cannot stand when actors are on stage or on TV and clearly nothing is in their cup and they're just flinging it around. There's something in this cup that's heavy.
Menenberg, I at least put water in mine. You told me bring a mug, and I brought a mug with water.
I wanted to instigate just a little because I'm a horrible person. But anyway, this is my wife's mug. And I feel like these types of mugs are kind of interesting because they're so like assertive and like hard to back up. It's a claim, right? It's a claim that how are you supposed to substantiate that? I mean, I can substantiate it as being a mom. It makes sense. But for everyone else out there with a best whatever mug, like says who? Says who?
God, shut up, Menenberg. Okay, my mug. My mug, my sister-in-law gave this to me. I love it. This is, give me a refill. The patriarchy isn't going to fight itself. And so it encourages me to drink more coffee and to, keep fighting the establishment.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I don't think our conversation is going to be just very robust and exciting, but I just want you all to see right now. Here are my dogs, my co-hosts.
Yes.
Everybody can see. Every day, Champ cleans Mia. So this apparently is now the time that's going to be happening. So, if you hear some odd sounds, that's from the dogs that are sitting next to me. And if I look away, it's not that I don't think this is interesting. It's just,
The dogs. No.
How is Champ going to make Mia today?
If I look away, it's because I don't think Menenberg is interesting.
Okay.
Not many people do. It's okay.
Rules in place. That's good.
I forgot. I wanted to talk about what I was drinking today. This was a quarantine discovery. Alex bought me instant coffee from Trader Joe's because whipped coffee was a thing. Wait. So I tried the whipped coffee once. I didn't whip it long enough because I don't have the patience, and I've never tried it again. But what I have done is I've mixed the instant coffee from Trader Joe's with the instant chai mix from Trader Joe's, and it's the best thing in the world, and I highly recommend it. It's quarantine discovery. I don't know if I ever would have figured it out before all this.
Noted. I think that's something you should definitely post on your story about, and all of your followers will want to follow that forever.
Duh.
Is that what the young people? Is that what the young people say on the Instagrams? Is that
the Instagrams? They do, and they applaud. Like, no, Menenberg.
All right. Well, what are we talking about today? Let's move on to more important stuff.
Well, so that leads into we're going to talk about food today, and what have we been doing during quarantine? I think at the start of this, I thought I was like, I'm going to cook so much. And I haven't cooked that much. I think Alex has cooked far more than I have. And it's just because we've been trying to do like staples and the essentials so we don't have to keep buying. So we've had a lot of tacos over here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A lot of sandwiches. I have
so many Tuesdays, Miss Wold. So how do you fit all these tacos in?
Thursday we've scrunched it into Thursday somehow. Okay. But I have perfected scrambled eggs. I have achieved it. And what I've done is I mix it in a bowl with butter and while it's cooking, so not a pot, not a bowl, and I just keep stirring till it gets fluffy. Then I add a little bit of half and half, and then I put it on toast, and I put cheese on top of that, and pepper and salt and paprika, and it's the fluffiest, loveliest thing ever. I'm very proud of my scrambled eggs.
Can I make it a suggestion there? I think that sounds delightful. What I do when I stir it before putting in the bowl, I sprinkle a little bit of herb de Provence.
No, I read you shouldn't add spices till it's all set because it breaks up the egg too much.
No, it doesn't. I just add a little bit, and let me tell you, when I cook it, it tastes fantastic. I also fold in a couple little cubes of extra sharp cheddar. It is outstanding.
Extra sharp cheddar is the way to go. This mild stuff, no.
Menenberg, does it have to be cubed form or can it be shredded?
It can be. You can follow your heart on that one. Okay. I've been told that the pre-shredded cheese contains parts of paper. That's unconfirmed in my view, but I just cut it up that way because I buy a block cheese because it's generally cheaper.
Well, the shredded kind doesn't melt as quickly. I don't think paper's that. I do know in that Parmesan, the stuff that you just is like wood chips.
Yeah, that's got to be some Chinese newspapers in there for sure. It's hard to know. All right, Okroy, what do you think? If you had to pick one meal to have every day during a quarantine or any type of situation, what would that meal be and why?
Whoa. Any type of situation too? Oh, jeez.
It's a meal you have to eat every day for a very long period of time. Desert island scenario, whatever you want to call it.
I am definitely a fish person.
Ooh.
So moving here from Michigan, I was super pumped with being able to have access to fresh salmon and oysters and, crab and all that stuff. So I would say it would have to be something fish-based, whether it's sushi or if you're grilling up a piece of fish, and then some kind of side. I guess the side depends on how hungry I am. Do I want an asparagus? Do I want a potato to go along with that? I don't know. Just, it just depends. But I would say fish, and there's got to be some bread.
Okay.
I love my carbs. I don't even care.
Oh, like a bread bowl?
Oh, yeah. We could do a bread bowl, or our favorite in the Okroy household is we like to make crab sandwiches.
Oh, like the East Coast?
Yeah. No, not like a hoagie style, but more like a sourdough open face sandwich, like San Francisco style.
Oh, cheese melts on top?
Yeah, well, we don't. So what we do is we'll grill a piece of bread, put a little butter on it, and kind of pan grill the piece of sourdough bread, nice thick piece of sourdough. And then in essence, we make a kind of loose crab cake. So we'll put panko in there.
Oh, yeah.
Panko, we'll put crab meat. We'll put some lemon dill aioli in there, put a little lemon on top.
Freaking aioli. I feel like aioli is relatively new to me, and I don't know how I've gone through most of my life without this.
Or fancy mayonnaise.
No, it's so much better than mayonnaise.
Fancy mayonnaise.
It's like
so
it's
good.
Mayonnaise. That's what it is.
Yeah, so that's actually, now that I think of it, I don't think we made that yet during quarantine. And now, okay, so yep, that's on our plan for this weekend then. I'm definitely making
that sounds really good.
Doesn't it sound good?
So
then I get my fish and my bread. What was it?
Wold, what do you got for your repeat meal?
Oh God.
Every day.
Every single day.
Just one meal though. You don't have to eat it 3 meals a day. Just curious.
Well, so if I say sushi, now that I'm thinking fish, wouldn't that encompass every kind of sushi ever? I could get on board with that. That would be awesome.
I mean, that's kind of a cop-out, but okay. I mean, we'll accept it.
Okay, if I have to get more specific, I think it would be a lobster macaroni and cheese with garlic bread on the side, because...
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a little bit different in this direction because I've thought about this so many times. And I think if I had to have one meal every single day, it would be just a standard street edition gyro from the city of Athens, probably, with French fries in it. Lamb gyro, French fries in it.
That's a solid choice.
It costs $3 on the streets in Greece, and it's delightful. I could eat it every day.
Do they in Athens? Do they really put the French fries in the gyro?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not always, but they
most
can.
of the time they do. Or at least most of the ones I had when I was there.
When did you go to Greece?
Brag there, by the way. Humble trip brag.
Yeah. I went in 2006.
Okay. Well, I went last year and I didn't eat any fries in gyros, so.
Well, the head tilt sold me there. That was really helpful.
There were a lot of potatoes, though. There were lots more potatoes than I had thought originally. We asked our tour guide when we went. We said, "Can we get hummus?" But sorry, my husband's talking to me about his work. I don't know if you can hear that. We asked if we could get hummus, and she said, "That's a Mediterranean food," and we were like, where are we? And we never got hummus.
Obviously.
We never got hummus while we were there.
I will say our Greek game in terms of food is not very plentiful here in the Seattle area.
No, it's not.
Burien has a few places.
And so we have a Greek town back in Detroit, and I miss Greek food there. There are some local places in Seattle that are pretty good, and then we also have the Greek Orthodox Church nearby that always has their festival. So
yeah, I've been to that festival. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah, the one in Capitol Hill.
No, I think there's one by UW. Maybe it's.
It's kind of in that Capitol Hill, Montlake.
Oh, it's so good.
Area.
Okay, if we could shift gears back to food for a different specific question for Miss Okroy here. pregnancy cravings. This is a topic that some people are it's things that are certain people are affected by more than others.
Is the pickles and ice cream thing real? That's what I have to know.
I mean, no, I have not had any of that, but I had some we had a controversial lab last year where we were talking about natural selection and taste, and we did pickled pancakes, and I was the only one that seemed to enjoy them, and a lot of the students were kind of looking at me. I'm like, if you're wondering, no, I am not pregnant. This was last year. So
no. Okay, wait. So the pancake was pickled, or there are pickles in the pancake?
There are pickles in the pancake.
I think that's probably not as weird as it sounds. I'd give it a shot.
You know, a little sweet, a little savory. It's not that bad.
No.
I mean, as a person of Jewish heritage, we have a lot of different kinds of pancakes with sweet and savory combined. So I could see that. Okay, so what has been a craving though during this particular pregnancy?
I would say my go-to right now has been mint chocolate chip stuff. So like yogurts, ice cream. I love mint flavored stuff, but I also love it at the end of the day, because one thing that you may not be aware of, everybody, is that when you are pregnant, your stomach does not feel well, no matter what time of day. So I try to think of it from like a chemistry standpoint. Like if you have like milk or yogurt based stuff, that it's kind of like a base and it neutralizes the acidity in your stomach. So I got like a little chemistry experiment going on every time I eat that my mint chocolate chip stuff. So
can we use this as an opportunity to invite our viewers, if you have the opportunity to go to East Lake, drop off some delightful mint chocolate treats for Miss Okroy for post birth, so she can enjoy them and not be nauseated by
a bunch of like melted ice cream in her mailbox.
No melted ice cream. I'm talking about like the Ghirardelli squares, you know, anything like that. That'd be great. Drop it off. She'll appreciate it.
This is the time you've advocated for gifts for someone who wasn't yourself.
Well,
you're growing, Menenberg. It's the best mom mug is getting to you.
No, I think
the maternal nature that I have. You know, I just want
to be the best mom.
New departments, you know, he's Mr. Menenberg's feeling very hospitable, and you know, he wants to bring some of us into the team, and you know, if you shower us with gifts, you know, it's very flattering.
So he had this idea to reach out to other teachers, and he was like, "Will you reach out?" And I was like, "No, you do it." I did reach out to you, but I was cranky that Menenberg was trying to shove off work onto me. I had to fight the patriarchy.
It seems like I was empowering you.
No.
Well, okay, so Mrs. Menenberg had a few pregnancy cravings. They weren't that weird. She's always liked pickled things, so that is not anything to do with, that's just weird, I think. But she also really liked cantaloupe the first pregnancy. Like she ate it like there was no tomorrow. I've heard that from other women as well. That's come up.
Specifically cantaloupe, or just
cantaloupe, just like straight up scooping it, that kind of thing.
I've been a big apple dipped in peanut butter person right now.
Yeah, that's good.
I have been eating a lot of fruit, I will say. What's tough about the quarantine and being pregnant is you go out on like your one day a week. Gross, see Mia doesn't like her food choices. She's not happy. But you go on that one grocery trip a week, and you have to like think for the whole week, like, what am I gonna want? And what sucks with being pregnant is that you may not want that the next day, or you know, right. Now I have like a whole thing of like chocolates that I'm like, I don't really need those right now. And it's like, okay, well, I guess I have to eat them because I really don't want to go to the grocery store. So
need is the wrong word when it comes to chocolate, isn't it? Though?
That's true. But you know, when you don't move around a lot during the day,
Indeed.
It's kind of like, you know, do I really want this if I've only moved about 6 feet in the last 5 hours.
Oh, yeah. There's a different like wanting those sweet things if you've like
Yes.
walked a mile versus you've sat all day. It
All
just
right, I
doesn't
have a
taste the same.
question for the two of you though. So I was
Okay.
thinking of this with our topic of food. So like we're about to eat lunch, right? So your go-to snack after lunch, is it sweet or is it savory? Like or salty? And then after dinner, does that change?
Oh, I
See
would
what I'm saying?
probably, yes. I think I definitely crave more sweet things after dinner, like to punctuate the day. But like my afternoon snacks, either it's fruit or it's saltier. Like again, Trader Joe's, I got like their version of the Takis chips, and they're so good, but they burn my mouth, and so I'm just eating them, and I want to eat all of them, but it's kind of the best snack because it makes you like portion control.
Okay. I kind of use fruit as a dessert these days. I've been going to the Costco bag of dried mango. Like I have like 3 pieces and I'm done. That's it. And then occasionally I have like a bite of chocolate. I'm very disciplined with the treats. I gotta keep it under control.
It's
But
like
the chocolate thing reminds me of so Okroy, earlier in the year, in our lunch crew, a student had bought one of our Miss Fisher this 1 pound bar of dark chocolate from Trader Joe's, and we called it the deep shame chocolates because if you've ever seen a 1 pound, I mean, it's the size of a textbook basically. Have you seen this bar of chocolate? And would you agree with the naming of it?
I've not seen the specific Trader Joe's one, but I know of 1 pound bars of chocolate. Yes.
Do you think deep shame is an appropriate title for that?
No one would buy it.
Deep shame. I think maybe if you named it like what a day, like oh, what a day, just take it, and then it's like a good conversation piece because then it's like, well, what happened with your day, and then you can go into it. It could be a happy thing, it could be a sad thing, it could be an angry thing.
Okay, I like that. And it's like, what did you do to earn this today?
Yes.
Did you
like,
do something
like
good,
I said,
or
it could be
did life
positive.
kick you
Like
around?
it could be, Kate had a performance Thursday night, and she's coming in saying, "Whew, what a day!" And it's like how exciting it was with the. So it doesn't have to be a negative "what a day," but it could be like, man, here's something I want to share with you, and then the person who claims the "what a day" gets the first bite of the 1 pound chocolate.
Ooh.
I'm
thinking a 1 pound chocolate might be in order for the next foreseeable future. Okay, I think we're almost out of time today, but let's wrap up. I want to do one more question about food, specifically related to the quarantine, and we can maybe do another one too, but what restaurants would you like to go to first? Like in person, not takeout, in person. What restaurant do you want to go to when this is behind us, or when it's easier or more practical to go, I should say?
Oh, I know mine. So
all right, go ahead. I need to think about this.
I think I want the ale house near school because like that's where teachers go and we eat fries and we chat, and I miss that. I miss that a lot. Like, cause I think I was gonna grab lunch the other day when I was at school, and I thought about it, and I love their food. It just wouldn't have been the same getting takeout from there because to me, it just reminds me of like being with coworkers and friends and like having a good time.
Okroy, what do you got? You still thinking?
Go ahead. I think I have one that's popping up, but go ahead.
So again, I like Miss Wold, I kind of agree that there's certain places where it's just not the same to eat takeout from. We've got takeout from certain restaurants, and it's been okay, and we like to support them. But I think one place that Mrs. Menenberg and I love to go is a little Italian hole in the wall in Redmond called Tropea, and it's owned by old school Northern Italian folks. They have the same staff there they've had for years. It's phenomenal. And, you can't get a plate of pasta from that place and take it home and expect it to taste as good. So I'd say Tropea. Delightful.
Okay, I think I have mine. I do have a local, also old school Italian place, but their takeout's actually pretty good. And since I'm since I'm pregnant, and I can't enjoy like the ambiance like I would like in an Italian restaurant, and with like the live music and a glass of a beverage of something I would enjoy. I would say my one restaurant I wish I could be in to enjoy their food is Fat's Chicken and Waffles in the Central District. If you've ever been there, it's a small place, and it's one of the Black-owned businesses that's also being featured right now if you guys are in Seattle. It is by far the hands down best, not only chicken and waffles, but their shrimp and grits are amazing. I'm a big shrimp and grits fan. And their biscuits are amazing. Their sandwiches are amazing. I have not tried their catfish yet. I do want to try that. But the restaurant itself, even though it's small, it's just a happy environment to be in. Everybody's upbeat. The servers and all the workers are talking to you, checking to make sure that your food comes out well. And if you've ever ordered like biscuits, or if you've ever ordered fried chicken, I would agree with Mr. Menenberg. Sometimes it just is not the same when you get it home, when you get a takeout. So even though it's not an extravagant meal, I think the community involved with it, the love that you see that they put in and how much they care about making sure your food is good and that you're enjoying your experience, I think that's the most important part. Although it does sometimes take like 2 hours to get into.
Great, you're in Seattle. Have you gone to Annapurna during any of this time in quarantine?
I have not. I have not. My husband's not a big Indian food fan. It's just, one of those spices that he just, with like curry spices, he does not really like those. So I have not been to those. We don't normally go to Indian stuff. We do, however, once things open, want to spend more time going to Ethiopian places. I feel like that's our next ventures to try those.
We went to an Ethiopian place in Seattle, and it was fun. Like, they had this really good spongy bread you pull off and eat the food with that. But Annapurna, that was our last restaurant we went to. We went for Alex's birthday right before. It was March 10th we went, before everything happened. And even then it was weird. It was like, I felt like we shouldn't be here. And so I miss that place too, because that place, I love their lamb saga. So good.
Ooh. And all this talk of food is making me hungry. I think this is probably a good stopping point so we can all go eat lunch. But again, to our viewers, mint chocolate items that are not going to melt for Miss Okroy.
The baby wants it. The baby wants it.
That's what it is.
It's true.
Thank you, Miss Okroy, so much for coming on our little show. It's been a pleasure. And like, comment, or subscribe, and hopefully we'll have a new episode coming for you next week. I think we have Mr. Wessels coming on soon, and we'll be discussing pet peeves. So that'll be interesting.
Okay. Are you making sure you budget like 2 hours for that?
We'll see. We probably should carve out a solid morning. We'll see.
You're
what
just
happens.
gonna have a list. All right, here we go.
So I'm gonna make sure I subscribe, because you bold claims you said earlier that I was the favorite science teacher. So I can't wait. I want to make sure that line does not get reused on a future episode with Mr. Wessels.
This is recorded. I said one of our favorites.
Okay.
I mean, we'll see when you post it.
I mean, he is my work spouse, and we do drive together. So I guess we could be co-chairs with the one of.
I'm excited for Wessels. He is like so cool to me. I mean, I'm amazed he said yes when Menenberg emailed him. I thought he'd be like, I'm too cool to have time for you. And I would have been like, I get that. But
best mom ever. What are you going to do? I mean, so we got that going for me.
I can't wait. I hope. Oh, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. All right. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later on. We look forward to Baby Okroy.
Thank you. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Bye. Bye, guys.